I am live. All right, finally. Phew. I'm going to post our link for today's class on our website, mammothgardens.com. That's where you want to go to pick up all the sheet music. Click on the Harmonica Girl on the front page. She's lovely. And that will take you to our daily schedule page. And from there, you can also link to our harmonica archives and where all of the good stuff is located. First person in, hopefully, will let me know if I am sounding good and if the microphones are doing correctly. I got a microphone right here. He's just a tiny bit too high. Jody, where have you been? Jody is in. Let me make sure that the link is working. Sounding great. Sounding great. I'm sounding great. Looking a little ragged. This has been every week is this way now, right? I don't even know why I bring it up. I'm like, oh, this week's been crazy. Now every week is crazy. You would think if they're going to shut down the entire Earth because of this bug, that things would just get really easy. But no, it's been the opposite of that, hasn't it? Crazy and very disappointing overall, I would say. Let's see. Sandy made it in. So many things to do. You know, if we had less ambition, we would be watching Downton Abbey right now. And so I don't know. Don and I have started watching that. I used to make fun of it because, one, it was on PBS, so that automatically is eligible for making fun of. Step number one, things to make fun of. One, anything on PBS. Two, anything from England, right? You got to know, oh God, PBS and England, you're doomed, right? So I was like, we're not watching that. And then three, add in ladies trapped in a cottage being devastated. Oh my God. And here I am. Hey, can we watch another episode of Downton Abbey? That's pretty good. I want to know what happens. So yeah, I've become that guy. It will not be very long before I decide that sandals are actually real shoes. I haven't worn pants since March. So I have shorts on. Ran into Lorna. She came down to check on her harmonica yesterday or the day before, and I was wearing shorts, and she goes, "Aha, caught you. That's what you're wearing on our broadcast, isn't it?" Yeah. shorts, and I wear sandals now, which is disgusting. Let's see, Vic, good sound. I decided to get I've had it, I just don't wear it, and so I decided today was going to be I'm going to be very pro harmonica today. You can get these on Amazon. I think it was Amazon, maybe it was on the internet somewhere. I'm pretty sure it was from Amazon. I like it. It's cute, right? Hat. Okay, because we're cool. Cool people wear these kind of hats, and a harmonica, and a guy walking, and then I think this is him making, I don't know what he's doing there. I think he's just blowing. Evelyn, hey Evelyn, Louise, 104 in talent. Oh, 104 degrees in talent. Oh my gosh, Louise, that's not good. It's supposed to be 83. Eesh. Jody Woodruff is on PBS, and you cannot make fun. Okay, don't make fun of Jody. I have never heard of Judy Woodruff. I know that PBS is on Channel 6, and when we grew up, you didn't watch Channel 6. You would rather not watch TV than watch Channel 6. That's how bad PBS was. And we had we had Channel 2, that was the local one, that's where Blinky was. Then we had Channel 4, which was for grown-ups, and then we had Channel 6, which was the boring station, PBS. Then you had Channel 7, which sometimes there was something good on, and Channel 9. That's where I think back then it was not. Now it's NBC. I think back then it was ABC, and I think that's where they put the. Remember Sunday night movies? Was it Disney Sunday night movies? And we'd go to my dad's house and we'd watch Sunday night movies I think it was on Channel 9. The PBS News Hour. Oh, okay. All right. That's okay. So we won't make fun of Judy then. Hey, Susan. Pauline, sound is okay. Some glare from your window on your left. Yeah. Let's do that and see if I can get rid of that. The problem with that is then you see all my stuff, right? I don't like that. I got 2 water bottles today. I couldn't find my harmonica water bottle, so I went and got this water bottle. Then my wife's like, your harmonica water bottle's by the kitchen sink. So now I have too much water. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, howdy, Gary. How are you, dude? Uh, Masterpiece Mysteries. Oh, see, all you guys are PBS fans, or at least Melissa. Of course, Melissa lives in Boulder, and Boulder's probably more tolerant of PBS. How about that? Is that the way to say that? One time, years ago, what time is it? I got a minute to tell a story. Years ago, years and years and years ago, right after Boulder had these terrible floods, and we happened to just be scheduled at the. No. They actually called and said, "Hey, could you bring up some ukulele players? We're going to do this benefit over here in the Methodist Church, and we'll bring in some guitar players and some ukulele players, and we'll try to raise a little bit of money for the floods." And I'm like, oh, okay, sure. So we took some people up there, and I'm me, right? This doesn't just turn off. This is what it is. And so we go up there. I'm doing my thing, and not one chuckle. No, absolutely the worst audience, right? And I think one, they were too smart for me, and two, they just been through some terrible floods. They don't have a sense of humor right now, so it didn't. So we played fine. I did not get the laughs that I like. So let's see. Let's see. That's my worst gig. That's my worst gig story. Let's see. Valerie, checking in for a few. Mom's got a doctor's appointment today. Hopefully catch next level and baritone glass layer. Yeah, you can catch the recordings, Val. I wonder in my life how many doctor's appointments I went to with my mom. I was in the hundreds easily. It's something that you get to do as you are older. I guess it's how we pay our parents back, right? All right. Good morning, Melissa. Melissa's first. She says masterpiece mysteries, and then she says hello. See, that's the importance PBS has in people's lives. Hey, Renee. I think you were out yesterday, Renee. Do I remember seeing you? I'm glad you're here. Marcia, I'm here, and Victoria, enjoyable. All right. Nice. Victoria. Oh, Victoria. That's another show on PBS. See, you guys have the whole thing memorized. I watch the morning news and the nightly news. And at dinner, sometimes at 5:30, we watch the 5:30 Murder and Mayhem Report on ABC. Boom, boom, breaking, blah, 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 whatever, right? And so I watch that, which I think is the best show on TV, right? It's just like you're pretty sure the world is falling apart when you watch the 5:30 news. And then I watch, and then we turn it off because we can't stand it. And so I watch the news in the morning, the news right before I go to bed, which I'm going to stop doing because it irritates me. And then sometimes we watch the Murder and Mayhem Report, and then often we'll put on Big Bang Theory, which I've watched all of the episodes. That's it. That's my TV. We watch that while we're eating dinner sometimes. If you're like, oh, we're too lazy to set the table, let's just sit in front of the TV. That doesn't happen very often, but it does happen. PBS NewsHour, BBC America also are on. Oh, Melissa is a dedicated PBSer. That's exciting. Hey, Marianne. Hey, Patty. Let's see. Lanny. That's really Deb. Hey, Deb. Glad you're in. Renee. Oh, you were here. Okay. All right. I don't remember talking to you yesterday. Glad you're here. Christine. Right? Look at this guy. Okay, available on Amazon, different colors. I got a baby blue one. I like baby blue. I don't know. It looks like it's not really my color, but the question comes in a little more strongly. Do I have a color? I think I do best in black. That's, I would just wear everything be black, navy blue, and gray. That's sort of the thing I do. Let's see. That's what old men do, right? We weren't good at it. We weren't good at fashion in the beginning, and we're at a age now where it honestly doesn't matter. I could wear the same thing every day. Nobody would notice. Marcia, the. What does the mean? Let's see. Melissa, Murder and Mayhem Report. Yeah, think about it. Go tonight. Go to 5:30. Go to, is it ABC? I'm pretty sure it's ABC. And just watch, and you'll be like, this murder happened, this mayhem is going on, this murder happened, this mayhem is going on, tragedy, tragedy, tragedy. Then 700 commercials, and then they have the report of the Boy Scout that did something cute. Deb is watching sumo. I've never even heard of that. Sumo on PBS. How about that? All right. We're all caught up on our media. Let's play harmonica. I'm wearing a harmonica shirt that I got off of Amazon, and I'm very excited about it. I've had it for a while. I keep forgetting that I have it. So I notice because I wear my Rocky Mountain ukulele shirt a lot because I have 400 of them, and it's pretty rare when somebody says something to me like, "Yeah, ukulele, right?" But when I wear this thing, a lot of people say, "Hey, harmonica, like your shirt." so, um, it might be that this is a way cooler thing than Rocky Mountain Ukulele Orchestra, but who knows? Let's see. Let's see. I was clarifying. Oh, the series. Oh, okay, Victoria. But you knew. Yeah. Okay. Thanks, Marcia. We're clear now. Cat, I'm here. Did the harmonic cleaning last night. Took me a few tries to get the insides back in the right way, but all good now. Plays much better. Yay! So Cat had her first experience cleaning a harmonica. So we've talked about this before, and I think it bears repeating from time to time, like every single day. You will have to clean this. There is going to come a day when you clean it and you have to take the screws out, take it all apart, vinegar, very light toothbrush over the reeds. Possibly if there's if there's a reed being a pain in the neck. I almost said the other word. I'm learning. Look at me. It's just magically cleaning up my language. I take a brown paper sack, that material, and I'll very gently rub it underneath the reed to get, in case there's, like, if I know reed number 5 has been being a problem, just really try to be very gentle with those reeds, because if you bend the reed, you're done with that harmonica. Kat, did you use vinegar? I'm assuming we had talked about using either vinegar or isopropyl alcohol. The problem with isopropyl, no matter how well you rinse it out, you're going to have some of it left over in your harmonica. Isopropyl alcohol tastes less good than vinegar, so I always use vinegar. But you will have to clean it eventually, and you'll know because one day you'll be blowing in a hole that you normally are quite capable of playing, and nothing will be happening, and it's because the reeds get stuck because it's full of gunk. The way you minimize the amount of cleaning you have to do and extend the length of your harmonica sessions between cleanings is, one, the answer to this, brush your teeth, and 2, drink lots and lots of water. Use this, rinse your mouth out before you start for sure. My thing is, don't tell anybody this, but sometimes when I'm driving around, I will get a bag of Cheetos. And back in the day, you could easily go anywhere and you could get the puffy Cheetos or the crunchy Cheetos. And I'm a puffy Cheetos guy, which I know causes some of you some shock because you're crunchy Cheetos people. But so I'll get a bag of Cheetos and I will eat the bag of Cheetos. Well, I also have a harmonica in the car, and at stoplights, play a little tune, and then you move on to the next stoplight. So my harmonicas from the car go bad really fast because they're full of Cheetos. And so this is the answer to this. You have figured out you need to have a harmonica, and you need to have your cool water bottle that is your harmonica water bottle. So now you've got at least 2 pieces of apparatus that you need to be a successful musician. Gary asked, can you just put it under the water if it's plastic? I'd say, yeah, I think so. Be careful, right? You don't want to get the water blasting through it because then that will also bend the reeds. But yeah, I think just rinse them out. I think if you're a school teacher and you decide, yep, I'm going to have harmonicas in the class, you have plastic harmonicas, everybody plays, and then before they put them away, everybody goes over to the sink and rinses them out and puts them in the little case, and then they put them, in their cubby hole. I think that that's a very normal thing to do. I do think, though, that pouring water through it has the potential to hurt the reeds. So just be mindful that you don't, you're not on full blast. Just, a good amount of water, I think it'd be perfectly fine. Let's see. I use vinegar, but I dilute it about 50%. Let it soak for about 30 minutes. That's what I do too. I don't dilute it, but I do let it sit about 30 minutes. I couldn't see any gunk on it, but must have been there because some of the higher notes would not play at all yesterday. Oh, okay. So just by having it sit in the vinegar for a little while, the reeds, whatever was going on with them isn't going on now. I think a lot of times it's really, and she's a science teacher, so she will know this, but I believe that, the saliva builds up in there. It creates just this little tiny bridge between the reed and the reed plate, and all of a sudden it can't move. You put you let it soak in vinegar a little bit, and all of a sudden that just goes away. And so, yeah, and you can't really see it. I mean, Kat probably has a micron microscope. She could go look at it. All right, let's play some harmonica. we are, let me run through our list, make sure you've done what you're supposed to do. 1, you've washed your hands. We all have washed hands now, right? You brushed your teeth. You're drinking plenty of water, a little swish out right before you get started. I know it's gross. Just swish it out and swallow it. It's fine. You'll live. Sit up pretty and breathe from your belly. There's no important message that we can get from playing harmonica than breathe from your belly. The breathing from your neck is not going to work for you a long time. And honestly, guys, this may or may not be your concert instrument. This may not be the instrument that you take all the way to Carnegie Hall. So we're maybe not really focused in on you becoming a virtuoso on this, but we are focused in on you having a healthy way of living your life, which includes music, which might include harmonica, and it for sure includes breathing well. Getting those of us, the life is stressful. We start breathing from our neck all the time. Pretty soon your respiratory system starts to be lazy, and then you all of a sudden you are finding yourself at a doctor's appointment, right? So be breathing deeply and trying to work on this bellows, just keeping your muscles together. Remember, between notes when you first start, 2, 2, 2, 2. We want to do that. Pucker up to try to make a clean note come out of each hole. That's pretty important. And then last night, I don't remember why, I ended up on a harmonica lesson class, which is fun because some of these guys are serious, right? You've probably seen some of them on YouTube as well. And I thought the message was pretty important. And when I haven't emphasized. So you hold this with this hand. You definitely want to be using your second hand. Let's not be playing with just one doing this because you'll end up we're getting where we don't need to look at the holes. Hopefully we're just getting where we can feel it, and in order to get that tactile response, we really do need to use both hands. So I thought his comment was, hey, use both hands, it's important. And so let's make sure you're doing that. Makes you look kind of weird, but that's what we want to do. And then the last thing that I thought that he said was pretty important, which I haven't emphasized at all, is rather than moving your head around to play like this, right? Move your hands and the instrument back and forth. Kind of keep your head straight forward, and you'll probably do a little better with consistent sound and tonality. So I thought that was a helpful thought that he had. Don't use pickle juice, John. Some of you are pickle fans. You might think I use pickle juice. Don't use pickle juice. Do you let it dry before you put it back together? I do. I do. I rinse it out real well with just regular water afterwards, and then I let it dry and put it back together. No matter what you do, it still ends up tasting and smelling like vinegar for a little while. And then to make sure, guys, that especially if you have a wooden harmonica, you don't put the comb into and let it soak. It will instantly soak up whatever you put it in, and it will never unsoak up. It will just be warped and ruined. So make sure if you're cleaning a wooden harmonica that you don't let it sit in any type of sauce at all. Okay. All right. Let's play. Remember, if there's no minus sign, it's a blow. If there's a minus sign, it's a draw. We're going to play the C major scale. We're going to start on blow 4. Let's pull that out. Next week, we'll start adding in the A minor scale as well, I think. So you might start messing around with that at home as you're warming up, because you have to draw a 10 on that, and that's a good way to warm up these higher reeds. C major scale, please. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more time, please. 1, 2, 3, 4. Very nice. And then we get started. Okay. All right. Let's go grab When the Saints Go Marching In. Those of you who are in your first week of playing harmonica, this is a really important song. It's just one of those songs that's going to work. Okay. Again, making sure you're counting your long notes in your head 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on some cases. I'm going to count in 4 when the Saints go marching in. Sorry. Did I say that? When the Saints go marching in. 1, 2, I'll count in 4. And then remember, you have a rest at the beginning of measure 1. So don't come in early. Okay, blow 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. There. Yeah, I killed that one. Feels good. Let's play You Are My Sunshine. I do think, doesn't it feel good after you blow out your first song and you're like, I'm gonna live another day. All right, let's give it a try. You Are My Sunshine. Remember, we start on blow 3, 4-beat count in, the same rest stroke. One of the things you'll notice on a lot of music, it's not uncommon for the first beat of a measure to be a rest for the singer. They do that sometimes on purpose so that whoever's playing an instrument can give a nice chord, and then it's a little easier for the singer to find their note. And this song is a perfect example, as is the last one. The guitarist or the ukulele player will play a nice big C chord, and then the singer comes in, and it's just probably a tiny bit easier for them to find the note they're looking for that way. Lake Superior is very angry today. Power on, power off. Back with you for now. Oh, guys, GoDaddy was giving me a big old fuss on the website today, so I don't know if YouTube is going to hang on with us or not either. It could absolutely be something to do with what Comcast is doing. I don't know. I had a terrible time keeping the internet going this morning. Obviously, kids are getting back to school and all this stuff, and they're all online, so the whole system is probably operating at peak capacity. So if we make it to the end of the day today, we'll feel awesome. If we don't, we won't. Okay, we're not going to lose sleep over. You got a nice set of songs that you can work on. If you can't play with me, you can certainly play with pretending that I'm there. Okay, blow 3 on You Are My Sunshine. 1, 2, 3, 4. Rest. How's that coming? Hopefully, if you've been with us a couple of weeks now, that's not a big deal anymore to play that song, right? Hopefully. Okay. All right. Let's go to the front of the alphabet and let's play Amazing Grace. Tomorrow's our concert. We have, how many songs do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 7 songs tomorrow. Okay. So you want to be as ready for tomorrow as possible. We'll play through all of these songs as we've been doing all week. But I'll probably talk just as much during that as I always do. Amazing Grace. Remember, we're going to go up to 8s and 9s now. So be praying that these reeds up here are warmed up and ready to go. Here we go. From the top, I count in 2, and then we go. 1, 2. And again, I think twice through is plenty when we're just working here, making sure we're understanding how the sheet music works. If you decide you're going to go and make this song legit piece of music for you, you would probably be practicing playing all 4 verses. When I wrote this, when I went and looked up the verses, there's not a ton there, right? So I think verse 1 and 2 were fine. The other thing I was noticing, we always talk about 2, 2, 2 all the time. If you're paying attention to the standard notation up above and you see those 8th notes coming on, it's actually one of these moments where you might not 2, 2, 2. Amazing grace. That's what you're supposed to be doing, right? Zing grace. And so it's one word, zing, but it's two notes. And so that might be a place where you don't 2. You don't use that t sound. 6, 7, 8, 7, 8. So you might think about that's a good place to not 2. Okay, to get that sort of swooshy sound. A singer would do that, like amazing, right? And they get that, right? Singers can do that. On a piano, you can't do that. Plink, plink, right? On a guitar, you might be able to, or a ukulele, but on a piano, right, you can't do that. Now on this, we can fake it pretty well. We can actually get pretty close. Just don't put your t in there when you play the 7, 8, 7, and then put a 2 in on the next 8. And I think that makes it sound better. I think that's why I've been fighting measure 9 a little bit. Is I'm so busy worrying about hitting a 9 that I forget that the next thing 8, 7, 8 I can absolutely should be able to absolutely do, and just don't worry about the 2s in there. I once was lost, and so I'm also. Think about that, right? That's another possibility. Let's see. Didn't sound right at all when I played it. Hard time getting 9 to blow clean. Yeah. So you're in 9. here's what happens, right? We talked about this the other day. Down here, a very characteristic railroad kind of resonating reeds. They sound very buzzy, right? And that's the sound that we associate with harmonica. Up here, we have a different sound, a different timbre, which is more whistle-like. That buzz is still there, but it's very fast and very high. And so you have to come to this acceptance that when we go up high, we're going to get a more whistle-like sound, and I think your mouth will eventually accept that idea as well. That it will, you will adjust your breathing and your airflow in such a way that you can get those to be more whistle-like and a little bit cleaner. I think one of the things we have a tendency to do up here is blow extra hard, and I don't think that that's to the harmonica's advantage in most cases. I think blowing from your belly and making sure the airflow is consistent as you go through a 9. Getting that 9s and 10s real clean. Not actually a bad idea. Prior to broadcast here, just sit down as you get sitting down. You're like, all right, I'm going to get ready. I'm going to warm my harmonica up. Just blow 8s, 9s, and 10s, and then draw 8s, 9s, and 10s, and see how simple and clean and pretty you can get them. That'll warm your reeds up. That'll build your self-confidence in your ability to play 8s and 9s and 10s. And it will also remind you, hey, these are whistles up here. These are bendy, slushy, whooshy, gushy reeds down here. I got two kind of separate instruments all in the same thing. And, you know, if we had the right notes down here, I always start with the intention of arranging everything on these lower notes, but not all songs are going to cooperate with that depending on the notes that you have. And so Amazing Grace in the key of C, you have to play it up high, and it's not a bad idea because it's good practice. Let's see. Luis, I have better luck if I try to blow less hard on the higher notes. Yeah. And interestingly, that was one of the takeaways from my harmonica lesson that I watched yesterday. Sometimes we just blow too hard, and you know, we're forcing air because we're forcing, and we probably should do, you know, try pulling back a little bit, being more air but less hard, right? More air coming up through your belly. Stop things that you blow. yeah, Judy. We've talked to you about this before, Jody. Be less of a blowhard. All right, Daisy Bell. Let's give Daisy Bell a try. Now we're gonna start on a blow 9, right? So, and be patient with yourself, right? It's always going to be more difficult to blow those than lower ones. You're always going to have a potential for less good tones than here than in the middle. That's why we play it, right? We know what we're supposed to do. Getting it to actually cooperate will be a different deal. And in some days you'll be better off than others. All right, from blow 9, Daisy Bell, count in 4, and then we start. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's play that one more time. I think I can do better. I'm hoping, right? I was doing okay till I got to the end, and then I got confused as to where I was on the harmonica. Let's try it one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, Daisy Bell. That one doesn't get easier, right? The whole way through, you're like, oh gosh, here we go, here we go. We can do this. We can do this. We can do this. Right? Have a positive attitude, and then see if your harmonica agrees. All right, Edelweiss. Let's play this guy. Edelweiss. This is a twice through piece as well. And remember, we've been adding in a chord at the end of this. So, or, or, or. That might be kind of fun, a real high chord. All right, give it a try. It's in 3. Okay, and guys, a lot of times when you're newer to music, you may wonder, why does Gary always tell us what it is in? There's 2 things that really affect a musician. When you're playing on tablature, you don't care what key it's in. If you were playing piano, you'd care a lot. If you're playing any instrument from tablature, you don't care what key it's in. But if you're reading the standard notation, you care a lot which key you're in. Everything we play will be in the key of C. Everything. That's not true. There are a couple of A minor songs that we will play, but for the most part, everything will be in the key of C. So we don't talk about that. But what we do talk about is the timing, and that's really important in every single song. That's probably more important than what key you're in. You'll figure out the key as you go along, but you won't be able to have any slack when it comes to the meter. And so when you grab a piece of sheet music, I think the other musicians here would agree. The kind of the first thing you check is what meter am I going to be dealing with? If it's 5/4, you go get a different song. If it's 3/4, you're like, oh, I hate waltz time, and then you play the song, right? And if it's 6/8, you know you're going to really be playing in 2. And if it's 4/4, you're like, yes, that's the one I want. Okay. So we're in 3. That means 3 beats per measure. And notice for first measure, you have a half note, the one with the hole in it, that's worth 2. Then a quarter note, that's worth 1. That adds up to 3. Measure 2, you got a dotted half note. A half note is a hole, and it has worth 2. And when you add the dot onto it, now it's worth 3 beats. Okay, so that's as we continue to work through this. It was not a bad idea for you to be getting where you're super comfortable looking up at that line as well, because it tells you how long to hold the note. Your tablature doesn't tell you. It says blow a 5 for a while, right? And so being able to read the standard notation along with the number that you're trying to do is going to be, it's going to make you a smarter musician and also make playing this easier. Okay, let's give it a try from the top. I'll count in 3, then we'll blow 5. 1, 2, 3. Another one. There you go. Put a zing on the end. How about that? That doesn't fit the tone of the song or the mood of the song at all. That's something that you can do as an artist, is decide, well, this would be fun to go zip at the end, maybe Daisy Bell, but not Edelweiss, right? No, maybe the other way. What does the other way sound like? Yeah. That would be a good song to memorize, by the way, you guys. That's beautiful. Somebody says, hey, you know how to play harmonica? You knock out Edelweiss. They'll be like, hey, show me how to do that. And you'll say, well, let me get out Gary's chart. Here's how you make it A major, and then let's play When the Saints Go Marching In, and then we play You Are My Sunshine. That's it. That's the whole program. You probably have figured that out. Happy birthday. Let's play it. Happy birthday is a little harder than we wish it is, right? From the top, how are we doing on time? Good. 1. Oh, I'm going to count in 2, and then we're going to go. Blow 6. 1, 2. Probably, and I'm hoping you're having the same experience. When you get to happy birthday, and now you're regularly blowing 9s, 8s, and 7s, by having your harmonica warmed up and having done a few of the other 9, 8s, and 7s, then all of a sudden your harmonica is hopefully a tiny bit more cooperative. I think sometimes your face can be tired of playing, and you're like, and then I get worse tones out of it. But sometimes if you've got the whole harmonica warmed up, you're in that zone of like, oh, well, there's a 9, I can accept that, blow for the best sort of thing. When you get to your second or third song, things are usually going a little bit better. Like when I see 9s, 8s, and 7s at this point, I'm like, well, it's just one more thing I'm doing. I have more air I'm listening to. Yay. Fran says, I can tell I'm improving. It's getting to be more fun and feel more comfortable. Yeah, I think, guys, that's why we show up, right? Okay. If you're at home and you're thinking, I might practice my harmonica, maybe you do, maybe you don't, right? But if you're like, okay, at 11 o'clock or 10 o'clock or whatever it is your time, I got to go play harmonica. We get 45 minutes in of just playing. That can't help but make you a better breather. And can't help but make you a better breather. And I think when you're a better breather, this air is coming in and out. You're also going to get to this point where you're like, okay, getting too much air in, dump it out. You'll learn to have that habit happen more easily for you, I hope. Let's play Happy Birthday one more time. There's another one you want to memorize, right? So that you don't have to go grab your sheet music. I start with blow 6. Here we go. 1, 2. If you played that for somebody, they would remember that day for the rest of their lives. So do it for better or for worse. All right, chromatic people. If you are a diatonic person, you are done for today. I will see you tomorrow for our end of the week concert. You're going to warm up before you come into the concert. Make sure your sheet music's in good shape. And be ready to knock it out. Make tomorrow the best day of the week in terms of harmonica. Okay, so you're welcome, Jody. All right, chromatic people. Let's get all those diatonic people to push to the side. Let's see what we can do with this guy today. See you tomorrow, Fran. I have to miss uke. Goodness sake. Don't ever miss ukulele. It's the best next to harmonica, right? Next to guitar, if you're a guitar. Next to piano, next to singing. All right, whatever it is. Remember yesterday I mentioned, if you were here or not, on the Harmonica resources page, there's two pages. The first page has the schedule on it, and then there's the other page that has all of the future of the Gary's Big Book of Harmonica. It's not big yet, but it's going to be. The chromatic harmonica notes. Okay, and just remember this first line here is for 16 holes, and this line here is for 16 holes. And most of you I don't think any of you guys have a 16-hole one. I don't even know why I have a 16-hole one. I thought it was important to have. But the other three lines are for either your 10 or your 12-hole harmonicas. And most of you guys are getting that 10-hole one, which is all you're ever going to need. You don't really need the 12-hole one, except this is the industry standard one, and it's supposedly, this is the workhorse. This is the one that harmonica player, probably all advanced harmonica players own one of these. Probably, but the Swan that we got seems to be great, don't you think? I'm hoping you guys are having a positive relationship with you and your Swan. So that piece of paper, though, will help you if you decide, hey, I want to go make my own tablature for this song. You go get the sheet music. It's better if it's in the key of C if you can find it in that. And if you go to musicnotes.com, a lot of times you can go grab that, pay $5.99 and get the exact song you want, and you can even transpose it into whatever key you want. So you could go get, I don't know, the song from Titanic, whatever the name of that is, and it's in B flat. Oh, well, I want to transpose it into C. You pay $5.99. Now you have that. Now you sit down with this chart and you just start writing out your tab underneath the lyrics line. Don't use any of the other. Don't use the piano line because they add stuff to it. And if there's a guitar tab, that's not helpful. But if you just have a song, there's real sheet music in the key of C. You can sit down with this little chart and just start going through and putting it all down there for you to play. I would be mindful if the song drops below middle C, which happens from time to time. You need to move up an octave on your chromatic chord chart. And for those of you who know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, be mindful if a song drops below middle C, which sometimes they do, then you instead of starting on 1, you're going to need to start on 4, sorry, in order to get your, am I telling you the truth here? You're going to need to start on 4, right? Yeah, 4, for your middle C. Okay, that makes sense? You're still going to have enough room no matter what, but just be mindful that that's that. All right, Patty, see ya. Let's see who our diatonic people are kicking out. Thanks. Can we include Wildwood Flower tomorrow? Oh, maybe. Let's see how much time we have. Sure. Have it ready, Marianne. Why not? We'll toss it in. See you in an hour, Patty. Louise, thanks for another great lesson. You're welcome, Louise. Okay, here we go. Those of you who are left with your chromatics, let's play. What are we playing today? Beautiful Dreamer. Okay. Top to bottom, right? Twice through, not top to bottom. Top to 56, back to 12, then to the bottom. Okay, it's a long song. You'll be tired by the end of it. Let's make this the one shot, best shot. It's already 11:50. Let's do it. Top to bottom, twice. 1, 2. It's in 3. It's in 3. Let's do 3. 1, 2, 3. Give me some feedback, folks. How'd we do? I plugged through it. Got about 75, 80%, right? Good solid B minus for me, I think. I don't know what else to add to that. Marcia says, ouch. It's long, guys, right? So you end up second time through going, oh, God. The other nice thing about a long song, though, is at some point you stop stressing out. You're just like, oh, God, I just got to get through this thing, right? And so hopefully at some point you just lose yourself in this numbers and making it happen. So I don't know. I like a long song in the sense that at some point you let go and you just let the music start happening. I hope. Or the opposite happens, right? You get so stressed out, you're like, I'm not even having fun. Well, remember, you're supposed to be having fun. Okay, let's see. Kay says, I'm gonna owe my neighbors some more garden. Your neighbors are delighted no matter what. They don't even know this song, right? And this song's too old for them to know. So they think you're playing it perfect. Melissa, the holes are further apart on the chromatic. My mouth has to get used to it. In and out button, needless. Yeah, right. So on that chromatic, remember those holes are way farther apart than it doesn't seem. That doesn't seem like far apart, does it? But after you've been playing diatonic, it's a mile, right? So yeah, you'll get used to it. It happens. I do the first few notes. I'm like, oh crud, I got to remember to go a little further. Also, making sure your lips are very, very wet prior to starting a chromatic song, I think, is really, really important. I noticed several times in the middle of that song, I had to stop and lick my lips and then get going back at it. So just making sure you're really hydrated prior to starting any type of a chromatic song, because you're going to be sliding all over the place on that dart on the size of that thing. So yeah, good point. And then Evelyn says, great. And Evelyn's like, I'm fine. I'm out. All right, kids. I will see all of you guys tomorrow, hopefully, for our big concert. I'm going to end the stream really quickly. I got to run to the potty, and then I'm going to start whatever the next class I'm teaching is. So it takes getting used to. Good lesson. Good. Pauline, good to see you. Good to see all you guys. Keep playing. Keep playing. Honestly, even if you're terrible at harmonica, it makes you breathe better and you're going to be healthier. So let's keep going. And it's fun and it's silly. So have a wonderful day. I'm going to end the stream and I will see all of you guys tomorrow.